we'll get ready to share some stories with you. So watch the screen here. So there's just a few. Yeah, if you want to clap, you can clap for that. So I'm joined up here by Mark Shelley, and Mark is our For Prescott coordinator. Mark and I go back 21 years when you were the professor and I was the student, and so now it's a lot of fun to serve together in ministry.
Yeah, things have turned around, haven't they?
They have, yeah. Now you have to listen to me. But Mark, we had an incredible year. You gave me some numbers here to highlight, so if you want to throw those on the screen, you can talk us through those.
Okay. Yeah, we were privileged to serve about 15 different organizations. We had about 20 plus projects going on. What a wonderful set of volunteer, talented people showed up. So about 150 of you showed up to be part of For Prescott, and almost 700 hours of service.
So yeah.
So that's incredible, just incredible.
You can clap for that as well. Now, Mark, you enlisted a number of people to coordinate projects, and so we brought a list of those names here. And so if you see your name on here, we want to honor you guys. So this is the place definitely to clap for these people who went above and beyond.
Absolutely.
To coordinate these projects, from showing up and figuring out what supplies we needed, buying supplies, communicating with volunteers, working with these organizations. And part of what I think is really cool about the process that we go through with For Prescott, we don't walk in and say to people, hey, here's what we think you need, or here's what we want to do for you. It really is a process of discernment that kind of starts back in the early summer and kind of goes up until October. And Mark, I brought a quote that you shared with me this week from one of our principals, and so I thought you might talk about this a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So Adam Neely, the principal of Prescott High School, we've been working with them for a number of years. And I sat down in his office, and he said, it is so refreshing for somebody to come in here and not tell me what's wrong and not tell me what to do, but just to ask, how can we help? And so that's what Cornerstone is being known for, is how can we help?
Well, actually, I love that your comments a number of times to people is like, hey, can you do this for us? And you're like, I don't know, we'll see. And so just that kind of under-promise and over-deliver mindset, I think, has really carried us over the last 5 or 6 years as we've done this. And so we've gotten some cards from organizations thanking us and letting us know. 2 cool things happened, though, during For Prescott Month. We had needs that showed up, or requests, and we didn't know who could meet those. And so you brought a couple stories. One of them involves these scripture decorations here.
Yeah, so Agape House has apartments that they use for transition housing for homeless people. And each of the apartments is named for a biblical character. So Martha, Joshua, Mary, that kind of thing. And they had a bunch of verses that they wanted to put on plaques and hang in all these rooms to get people to ask questions about those things. And so I'm not that handy. I don't know how to do it. And so Ed March came up and he said, hey, how can I help? And I said, well, I don't know if you can do this or not, but we need these plaques, et cetera, et cetera. And come to find out that he has a CNC machine and he does this for a hobby. And so he cut all these for us, 9 of those plaques, and we delivered them last week to Agape House, and they were just thrilled. So thank you, Ed.
Yeah. And then I had not been back from sabbatical long, and you said, Scott, we got this really big project, Coalition of Compassion and Justice, CCJ, who we gave a gift last year to help invest in some transitional housing they're building in the Quad Cities. They had a huge hole in their parking lot. And you're like, Scott, can we fix this? I go, I can't fix this. I don't know if we can fix this. And so I said, well, there's one person you can call that he might be able to help. I don't know. And so I gave you a name. Tell us that story.
Well, Brett Wells comes up, and I tell them about this big hole in the parking lot. I was just going to dump dirt or cement in it. I don't know how to do it. And he says, that's what I do. And before I knew it, I got this email from Amy Marshall, who is one of the coordinators at CCJ, saying, I didn't trip through the hole this morning. He went and he filled it in all by himself. And it was great. It was awesome. Can't even tell the hole was ever there.
And what's really cool is if you've ever driven past CCJ over, I think that's on, what's that street?
Miller Valley.
Miller
Road.
Valley, yeah. They share a parking lot with Napa. And so Napa, we weren't even serving Napa, but Napa asked about, hey, what happened to the hole? And so if you work at Napa or go to Napa, you're being impacted by For Prescott Month too.
Absolutely.
So anyway, we're so excited about this. And the last thing is, Mark, we get opportunities all throughout the year because of For Prescott Month to serve. And so often we're like, hey, we don't know if we can do that because we don't do that focus. So if people are like, hey, I loved serving during For Prescott Month, I'd like to be involved throughout the year, what can they do?
Well, we're forming a community response team. And this is for people who would like to put their name on the list. You're not obligated to do anything except perhaps be available. And when we get requests from the school district or from CCJ or from PASS or from Agape House, say, hey, we've got this project that we need to be done. We'll send you an email and we'll say, hey, are you available to help us this day? And if you are, you can come and help us. It's a great way to make For Prescott not just a month, but For Prescott year.
Awesome. Yeah, so you can go to PrescottCornerstone.com/forprescott. There's a big button there. It says join the community response team, and Mark will be your contact. And so, Mark, I just wanted to say thank you. I used to do, when we first started this, way too much of the work. And you saw me struggling, and you came alongside me, and you asked me, as you did Adam, hey, how can I help? And I just said, just take it all. And so...
He did. He actually said that.
I did. I mean, it was over a couple years, but I slowly handed it off. And so I have a little gift for you from our team, just for your hard work. And so for you, and then for Carolyn as well, because I know she sacrificed you for a couple months here. So thank you so much for your hard work and the way you represent us in our community.
Well, thank you. And
thank you guys.
Thanks for everybody who helped.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.